In this video, we're going to look at how you can use Comprehend to analyze OAS assessment data from the state. To access Comprehend, you want to click on the tools, go to the specific data set you want to look at. In this case, it's OAS data. I'm going to go to 5th grade math. I have 228 students. All of the students that do not have a score are hidden, and we're currently looking at 2017 data. Specific to these columns, I can change the width, I can change the order, I can sort. In this case, we have from low to high scores. Flipping it again, it goes from high to low scores. Flipping again, we'll return it back to the way it was. I have additional options by clicking the ellipse icon, and I want to go in and edit the columns. These are the columns that are locked, or I should say pinned to the left, so no matter how far I scroll to the right, these columns are always visible. Those that are hidden, you can check those that are hidden. In this case, all of these particular columns are hidden. Clicking OK. Might add on this is that any changes that you make to this and you return back will be saved. Okay, so going to filters, I may want to just focus on specific subgroups, or in this case, maybe I just want to see my advanced students. So I check that, click OK, and only my advanced students will appear. Then I can, if I wanted to, export to Excel so that I can have a list of students that we may need to target for whatever reason. Going back to the filters, I want to select all of my students, so I deselect advanced. I can also click on this link right here to go straight to the filters. So clicking on proficient students again, or in this case proficient, that option appears here. I can click on proficient, deselect it, and then all of my students return. Looking at the reports, I can click on reports. I can do group by year, OPI performance, and you probably will have 2017 and 2018 data, so you'll have 3 columns. What you'll want to do is look at the state results and compare that with your districts, and then whenever you are done comparing, you can click on the state column and it will only show your district data. You can go in and select this option, print the chart, or export to a PNG to use in a PowerPoint, for example. To options, I can go in and quickly go through the same report looking at disaggregated fields such as ELL students, IEP students, so I click on IEP and those appear. Probably have to turn off the state view, and then you're able to compare or see how students are grouped by IEP. I have the option of clicking on the bar, and it will only show those students that are represented by that bar. Going back to the report, yes, I believe I had IEP students. I can go to filters, demographics, unselect IEP, apply, and I have all of my students returning. N means students that are not on an IEP. Y means these represent students that are on IEPs. Going to other reports, I can go to box plots. This breaks the students down by category or performance level down even farther using box plots. So in this case, I have 19 students that are proficient or advanced. The lowest score for a student that is advanced is a 323. The highest score for an advanced student is a 361. The middle 50% of the students within those 19 students, as far as their score level, is represented by the blue box. And the vertical bar that separates the blue box into two is a median score specific to those students within that box. Going to another report, I can go to the Quantile, and this represents how my students on the Quantile scale are doing within math across the entire district. The blue bars represent the research results of the company who developed the Quantile score, and so the blue box corresponds to the middle 50% for, in this case, first grade students. The second grade students, the middle 50% of the students that were assessed fall within this range, and so you're able to make a comparison between how your students have done compared to the middle 50% across the country. Notice as far as math, if you want them to be college and career ready, the students need to achieve this level right here. Going to additional reports, we have the proficiency by demographic, and you're able to see how your students are doing on one chart in relation to all of the disaggregated groups. Those that are orange are not proficient. Those that are in the blue area are proficient. Keep in mind that you need to look at the numbers that correspond to each of the bars to effectively analyze this report. Okay, we want to go to reports and go back to standards. And so we want to see grouped by standard. And in math, they go to Strand Level to determine if the student is above standard, at or near standard, or below standard. Go through each of the different groups and see how they perform. And you can look at each strand level in this context. If we had a 2018, you would have 2 bars for above, at near, or in below. Going to the other options by site, let's skip that. Let's look at IP. This will show students that are, how they compare with IPs and those who don't. Okay, gender. Go through each of the strands at this point. Okay, one final report we want to look at. We want to go to demographics, and this just shows you your breakdown of your students according to the disaggregated groups. This provides a quick overview of how you can use the comprehend data for OAS state assessments.